Canelo has power, that's his natural fighting weight. You're moving up, that's not your natural fighting weight. You have the speed advantage. So are you gonna be able to maintain that speed advantage and still be able to pack a punch?
If you can punch, you can punch.
Okay.
You know, it may not have the same effect that it did on a smaller guy, on a bigger guy, but if you sharp, you sharp.
Right.
You know, and I don't gotta knock him out. I just gotta beat him.
Right.
Canelo's not just a puncher. I don't know why. That's
what people believe, huh?
It's just like this. They don't know boxing. They just looking at him being strong.
The bigger man.
He's a great boxer. You know what I mean?
Right.
People taking away from his boxing skills and just thinking that he's just this puncher when that's not true. So.
Nothing, just good luck. I say to him, I hope we put a good show September. No?
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent. And he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think fight will be much.
The boxing world is fired up after the huge news that Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are set to fight this September. Terence Crawford called Canelo the biggest name in boxing and said he's the toughest challenge out there, making this the most important fight of his life. He's excited to face another top-level fighter, and when asked about his game plan to beat Canelo, he simply said fans will see for themselves in the ring.
The face of boxing, he's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You will see.
Amir Khan also shared his views on the possible Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, saying it's now an even bigger and more thrilling showdown. He pointed out that while Canelo has the size and weight advantage, Crawford's recent performances have made things more interesting. According to Khan, this fight won't be decided by power alone. It'll take smart tactics, quick reflexes, and full boxing ability. He called both fighters top pound-for-pound talents and said even though Crawford would be at a weight disadvantage, the match is still very close and could swing in either direction.
Made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford. But from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tighter and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ, the right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. And someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the two best pound-for-pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other, even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight. But I feel that it could go easy.
Hamza Shiraz shared that he sees Canelo Alvarez winning by knockout, mostly due to the weight gap. He mentioned that moving up from 154 to 168 pounds to take on a top fighter like Canelo is a big jump, even for someone as talented as Terence Crawford. Still, he admitted that Crawford should never be underestimated, but in his opinion, Canelo has the edge and will probably get the knockout.
He does win by knockout. I think he does win by knockout, and that's only because of the weight. You can't jump up from 54 to 68 fighting the best of the best, even though you're the best yourself. It's too much of a weight jump, man. But listen, you never know. You can't write off Crawford, but I think Canelo will knock him out. Dmitry Bivol said he thinks Terence Crawford truly wants the fight with Canelo Alvarez and will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent. He said Crawford has the mindset of a true champion, which will make the fight more exciting. Talking about the weight difference, Bivol said Crawford won't let Canelo slow down and take it easy like he did in his last bout. He believes Crawford will keep the pressure on, making it harder for Canelo to relax. When asked who he thinks will win, Bivol said he's not sure, but called it a very interesting fight.
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent. And he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think fight will be much more interesting.
What do you make of the weight in that fight, the weight difference?
I think Crawford will not let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants, you know, because we could see this fight. Canelo did everything. When he wanna rest, he could rest easy, you know, in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, when he wants to work, that guy didn't give him work. It's just rest.
You've
And I think with Crawford, it will be harder to rest.
who do you think wins?
I don't know. It's a very interesting fight, but I don't.
Jaron Boots Ennis said he's leaning toward Canelo Alvarez winning the fight because Canelo has been knocking out bigger fighters, even though he's not a true 168-pounder. He mentioned that a lot of Canelo's opponents probably weigh around 200 pounds on fight night, but Canelo still handles them well. He thinks the fight will be exciting and something fans really want to see. He also suggested that Terence Crawford should take a warm-up fight at 160 pounds, first to adjust to bigger opponents' build strength and stay active instead of taking a long break.
You gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68-pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight. At like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, the feeling of somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up in weight, you gotta develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavier and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now. But I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything like that.
Boots Ennis said that if he were training Terence Crawford to face Canelo Alvarez, he would focus on smart movement control and sharp accuracy. He explained that Crawford would need to stay off the rope, stay sharp, and keep switching up his rhythm to keep Canelo guessing. Because of Canelo's strong punches, Crawford should avoid standing still, keep his feet active, protect himself well, and use smart tactics to stay ahead in the fight.
Just what I would say. If I, was working with Terence or something like that, I would have him boxing, boxing, moving, and when he gets that time up, frustrating, And that's the only way I can see him, Terence beat me, Now, Canelo's a puncher, man, So you can't be laying around on the ropes on him, because he punch you in your arm and hurt you, So you gotta be on. Boxing, moving, little shake here, little fake there, Hands up. Gotta be right, man. I think that's gonna be a great fight, man. People counting Terence out. I'm not.
Edgar Berlanga said that in boxing anything can happen, and he sees Terence Crawford as a legendary and highly skilled fighter, but he believes Canelo Alvarez has the advantage in size and weight. Berlanga respects Crawford's talent and ring IQ and agrees he can compete with anyone, and maybe even outshine them. Still, he reminds people not to count Crawford out, even with Canelo's physical edge, and highlights just how great Crawford is in the sport.
We believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, and Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't.
Roy Jones Jr. gave his thoughts on a possible fight and called it an exciting one for boxing. He said some people might question it, but believes the outcome depends on how Canelo fights. If Canelo takes risks and fights carelessly, he could lose. But if he sticks to a smart game plan, it will be a tough battle for Crawford. Jones said hitting the weight limit and making the most of his strength will be crucial, and staying on point with his weight will play a big role in how well he performs.
Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that went up in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. He get to the weight limit. Because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Errol Spence Jr. said he believes Terence Crawford has what it takes to go up against Canelo Alvarez and do something big. He shared that he would be supporting Crawford if the fight happens. While he's not sure who would win, Spence feels Crawford is chasing greatness and has the ability to take on a challenge like this. He also pointed out that since Canelo moved up to 175 pounds to fight guys like Kovalev, Crawford starting at 147 should be able to rise to the moment too.
It could happen. Why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I'll definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah. You know,
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford?
Brian Bomac McIntyre, who trains Terence Crawford, didn't share many details about the fight, but showed his excitement for the challenge ahead. He's looking forward to seeing Crawford step up and show how great he really is. Bomac believes Crawford is one of the best in the sport, and said it's his role as a coach to guide him to victory with the help of their full team, including Red and Bernie.
First off, how excited are you about it, and break the fight down for us?
Well, I ain't gonna break the fight down for you because I don't want to get a game plan away, but I'm excited for Terence more than anything to get the fight that he wants, to show the world that he's great. He's great, one of the greats that laced up the gloves. And so it's my job as a trainer. It's the job of Saul, the job of Red, whoever else is coming in camp with us, Bernie, to lead him to that win.
Bomac also mentioned that Crawford must have noticed something in Canelo that made him call him out. He emphasized that it was Crawford who challenged Canelo, showing how confident he is in himself. Bomac added that their main goal is to support Crawford every step of the way and help him get the win.
Like this, the man must have seen something when he called Canelo out, because you gotta remember, Bud called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win, and he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get him to that point.
Caleb Plant praised Terence Crawford for his power and strength and pointed out how well he switches between orthodox and southpaw styles. He was impressed with Crawford's skill in managing distance, whether fighting up close mid-range or from the outside. Plant said he's looking forward to the fight, but admitted the result is hard to predict, which is why fans are so excited to see how it all plays out.
Chance, I give him a chance. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw, he can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, be able to find out first.
Plant also shared some advice for Crawford, telling him to stay true to his own style. He pointed out that Crawford's ability to adjust and switch stances gives him an edge in any situation. Plant encouraged him to stay relaxed, enjoy the process, and focus on a solid training camp, saying the best approach is to let the fight unfold naturally.
Just encourage Terence to be himself. As I said before, from the inside, mid-range, outside, southpaw, right hand, moving left, moving right, he can do it all. So I would encourage him to stay relaxed, go in there, have fun, have a good camp, and let the dice roll.
Jim Lampley shared concerns about whether Crawford is fully prepared to face Canelo, pointing to his fight with Israel Madrimov as a sign of possible challenges. Lampley thinks Crawford had trouble adjusting to a higher weight, and moving up even more to fight someone like Canelo could be risky. While he respects Crawford's skill and determination, Lampley feels that Canelo's size and power at super middleweight might take away some of the strengths. Crawford usually depends on. He made it clear he's not doubting Crawford's heart, just the impact of the big weight jump on his performance.
What do you think about the fight now that you just witnessed Canelo Alvarez again in the masterclass performance?
I love Terence Crawford, and I want him to have what he wants. But off of what I saw tonight and what I saw in Los Angeles last month when Crawford was fighting Madrimov, I am more than ever concerned that he's not big enough, and not big enough to be able to move around the ring and muscle Canelo in the way that he would have to ward off those really vicious inside.
Andre Ward shared his full confidence in Terence Crawford's ability to face Canelo Alvarez, even with a tough challenge of moving up in weight. He admitted the weight jump is a big step, but pointed out that no one has been able to break Crawford's will or outsmart him in the ring. Ward said he wouldn't bet against Crawford because no one has shown they can beat him. He made it clear his support for Crawford isn't a knock on Canelo, but a reflection of how much he believes in Crawford's ability to handle any challenge.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you.
You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now.
Juan Manuel Marquez spoke about the possible fight and shared some concerns while he praised Terence Crawford's talent at lower weights like super lightweight welterweight and super welterweight. He questioned whether moving up even more is a good idea. Marquez pointed to Crawford's showing against Madrimov, where he appeared slower and less powerful, as a sign that a higher weight class might not suit him. He complimented Crawford's defense and sharp technique, but said the size difference could give Canelo a big advantage in the fight.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right. Weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and three more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
Mikey Garcia gave his opinion on the possible Crawford versus Canelo fight, saying he's not especially excited about it, but thinks it will happen because of the huge money involved. He said Crawford would likely agree to the fight since it would be the biggest payday of his career. Garcia also mentioned that Canelo might see it as a low-risk matchup, even if he ends up losing, with a potential payout of $80 to $100 million or more. Garcia believes Canelo won't think twice about taking the fight.
I think they do the Crawford fight. I'm not very excited for it either, but I think they do it because so much money that's being poured out there, and Crawford obviously also would like to take that fight because he's gonna make the biggest paycheck ever. Canelo will see it like a fight that he's not gonna get hurt. Even if he were to lose that fight, he's not getting hurt.
Yeah.
But he is gonna collect fucking 80, 100 million or whatever the fuck he's gonna collect. It's a lot of money. So he'll take it.
Progrise said he's choosing Canelo Alvarez to win and highlighted that weight classes exist for a reason. He showed respect for Crawford and called him one of the best fighters, but believes Canelo's strength and experience at heavier weights give him the clear advantage.
I got Canelo on that one. Crawford. Yeah, I got Canelo, bro. I mean, I was watching Canelo earlier, Canelo versus Triple G. I mean, I just think that it's weight class for a reason. Crawford, the best. I think Crawford the best fighter on the planet. Been the best fighter on the planet for years.
Progrise admitted it's a hard choice between the two, but pointed out that Canelo's success in multiple weight divisions makes him a tougher opponent in the end. Even though he respects Crawford a lot, Progrise leaned toward Canelo to come out on top.
Usyk and Inoue, they're the best on the planet. But for me, obviously, I'm American. We got to stick with the Americans. So I think Crawford the best fighter on the planet. But Canelo, I think Canelo just a different monster, bro. They always say this, bro. They make weight class for a reason. So I got Canelo, bro. It's hard for me to Canelo like the tank, bro. It's hard for me to go against him. It's hard for me to go against Bud too. But man, with Canelo with going up those weight divisions, I feel like I'm going.
Teofimo Lopez gave his thoughts on the possible Crawford versus Canelo fight and said both fighters should focus on winning their upcoming matches before thinking about the big one. He stressed that taking care of their next fights is the priority. Lopez also mentioned that in today's boxing scene, a fighter's image depends a lot on their most recent performance, so it's important to see how they do next before making any calls about the future fight.
Yeah, that's what it's been talking about. They've been talking about it. I mean, listen, they just gotta win their fights first, and then we'll see what happens then. You know what I mean? If they're gonna fight before they fight each other, I think that's the smartest thing for both parties. And then we see how they look, and we go from there. Because nowadays, in the modern day era, you're only as good as your last fight.
What do you think about this upcoming clash? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.